Hello there, and welcome back to another Thunder's Productions video. I'm the madman behind the mic, Jag Thunder, and this is Minecraft. And what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Military Airfield. Alright, this should be episode 13, I believe, and this is the last of the tower, so we're going to fly around the tower and take a look at it, and should be a schematic in the description. I'm getting sick, guys, so you're going to hear a little bit of sniffing, and my voice is really deep, and I don't even have to try. So, anyways, saying Jag Thunder is like super easy right now, but recording is not because it's very hard on my voice, so this will probably be a somewhat short episode. But anyways, we are tidying up the tower. I've done some work off camera on the airfield that I want to show you guys. And then we're going to go down to the main admin building, and I've got some signs on the back of the admin building, and I want to show some of the things that I've got set up for future episodes. So anyways, alright, so the final design is this. I guess I gave a real quick look at the last episode, and I think I just had some of this framed in. I didn't have the top on it yet, so I've got the top on it now. I had changed over the sandstone a couple episodes ago, but it was already recorded, so you guys couldn't see it, and I made some annotations on the video, and we are now caught up. So you guys are like literally about a week behind me. You're getting close. I gotta get some shit done. And it's not gonna help that I'm getting fucking sick. So this is just really shitty timing. But anyways, this building turned out absolutely fantastic. I love it. It turned out so much better than I thought it was gonna. I think I need to put a door up there, but whatever. Anyways, on top, put some big air conditioning units. I think these turned out pretty cool. Same thing that I had down in the back right here. I just took those and I plunked them up top. Because again, I was not really sure what was supposed to be down here anyways. I'm trying not to jerk around too much. I think that makes me sick. Probably makes you guys sick too. But anyways, put a really simple parking lot in. Wraps into the forest background pretty neat. And then I've got a fencing system going around the outside that I'm going to show you here in just a second that I'm working on. The rest of the building is completed. Let's see, the tower, I did put some bottom windows in just because the bottom floor needs some light in it. And then a couple of you have suggested the windsock was the wrong color, and you're right. I didn't even look. I didn't even think about it. Some are red and white, and some are orange. So I made mine orange. I think that looks pretty cool. It looks a lot better than the white. And the radar thing, yeah, that's kind of funky. I may put an iron bar or something on the front of that. What about the skeleton head? And there's a reason why I've got this guy. Will that stick on there? Yeah. Oh, just one. There we go. And yeah, that looks cool. All right, so anyways, guys, that is the control tower. Turned out really awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed those couple 3-4 episodes on how to build one. And the fencing. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other stuff around the airfield that I'm working on. This is the fencing. No shit, Jag, really? Yes, no shit. So it's really simple. I'm just using stone bricks and my iron bars to separate the side road here, or the maintenance road, from the main airfield. And then there's a secondary fence on the inside to keep people from coming in and getting into the airfield from the outside world. So anyways, I'm going to fly up here. I'm going to load up this end of the airfield and show you a couple things, talk about a few things, and then we'll fly down to the other end of the airfield and talk about a few things down there. So hang tight. Alright guys, I made my way down to the western end of the airfield, and there's some things that I'm working on down here. I went ahead and fixed these things, these markings, the hold lines, I think is what they're called, that are right next to the main runway. So this is the northern runway here, and I'm starting to put in some landing marks. Again, first time I've been trying to do anything like this. I've seen it done on the Esterlon community on their regular airport, and thought it would be a good idea to dirty up the runway. So I started putting this in, and that's what I have so far. Like I said, I hadn't worked on it probably about 10 minutes. A little MC edit, throwing in some big stripes and stuff. and I know it should probably go way down the middle of the airfield, and then there should be some broken up pieces at the end. So this will be a side project, again, things that I'm working on off of camera. I just thought I'd go ahead and show you. That way, if you're trying to kind of follow along with your airfield and get some ideas and some things, there's an idea. Dirty up your runways. Over here, I've changed out the hangars, and I've done some tutorials over here on the different aircraft that are sitting around. And these used to be stone and quartz. So I was like, holy shit, why did I not think about switching these out to sandstone and the nether brick to match the rest of the airfield? So that is what I did. So I took one of them and switched it out to the sandstone and the nether brick, and then just plunked them around the rest of the airfield up here where all them other birds are. And I think they turn out really, really good. I think they look a lot better than the quartz and the stone, because the stone just blends in with the runways and stuff like that, and it just looks a little boring. All right, last thing I want to touch on, and as this is loading, we'll fly on down here, is I changed the lengths of the runways. And then people always ask, well, Jag, how come you don't have animals in your world? Yes, I do. Usually I'm just flying high where you can't see them. See, like, boom, gone. They're there. Every once in a while, I got to kill the little bastards. I killed a shit ton of damn cows down on the other end of the airfield when I was working yesterday. They were very, very aggravating, so I got my sword out and I obliterated them. And I'm probably going to let this load up, guys, and then we'll come right back. All right, again, down here on the northern runway, right down there is where we just were, where I just put in the landing area, where we skidded it up pretty good. This is what the end of the runway used to look like, and I had talked about putting in the threshold, and that is what I have done. I've put in the threshold down here, and then the taxi area pre-takeoff. I guess this is kind of like another holding area. I'm not really sure. I'm not a pilot. I do not know. Again, like always, I use pictures and try to learn as much as I can along the way. But because I keep moving and I've got a lot to do, I never learn everything, and it's frustrating. But anyways, I'm sure somebody knows, and I think I've got this down pretty good according to the pictures. Again, this is where the old runway used to be down here. It's the length of the runway is about the same as far as the total length from the threshold to the other end of the other threshold. It's a little bit short. I definitely shortened it on the other end, and I think I brought this one in on this side. Maybe it wasn't much, maybe 100 blocks, 200 blocks at the most, because I remember, you know, it was sitting right here where the this piece goes out onto the runway. But anyways, that turned out pretty good. And then of course on the other side I did the exact same thing, and because this goes back at an angle, and I finally did get into thicken these lines up. They were 1 block wide for the longest time, actually ever since I put the airfield in, and it looked like shit. So I finally got time to go back and thicken those up so they look a lot better. And yeah, that looks awesome. And if you're wondering, that's 434343, gives you that angle. I think it looks really, really good. And then again on this side, I've got the excuse me, guys, the threshold. That's not puke. I don't know what that was. I don't know. It's coming, man. The flu's been floating around the house here with some of the other people for like the past 2 weeks, and I've been fine. I've been absolutely fine until my throat's been a little sore. But allergies and shit like that, that's nothing new. Today has been a rough day. I'm like, shit, I'm not going to make it. I'm just not going to make it. It's going to get me. So if this is the only video you see this month, that's probably why. Because it's a 2-week cold that's going around, or it's not a cold, it's a flu. I already said that. And there's absolutely nothing you can do. Everybody's been to the doctors like 3 or 4 times, got a shit ton of medicine, and it hasn't done a damn thing for them. So no, I'm not going to the doctors. There's no reason to. I will just sit here and pop some Corsedins or something like that and deal with it for about 2 weeks. And hopefully I should get a lot of building done. And that's pretty much what I'm concentrating on in August, is just getting a lot of different building things done. I've been working on the airfield the past week. I've got another ship built. Those that follow on Facebook can see that. Looks pretty awesome, and I should be dropping that promo video probably in September, is what I'm planning on that. I want to try to get a cushion so that I can maybe start the tutorial on it and people don't have to wait very long. And only you guys watching this video will know that what I'm talking about, obviously, because it's just banter right now. I don't know. I guess this is going to take forever. This is, again, 1/1 scale. This will take forever to get down to the other end of the runway. Let me go ahead and jump down there, and then we'll be right back. All right, and down here at the eastern end of the runway, this is where the biggest and most drastic changes have come to the airfield. Again, I have put in the thresholds and moved everything way the fuck up. There is the takeoff area right here. That used to be way down there at the end of this threshold. And right over here is the main admin building, and that'll load up here shortly. I've got my render distance set way the hell out, guys. That's why it's taking a lot longer to load than it normally does, just so we can try to get a better idea of what's going on. This used to be the C5 hangar area. I've got rid of all the hangars, and again, I'll let this load up just a little bit so you can see it.
I'm fucking sick. I'm gonna get goddamn sick, and I'm gonna feel like fucking goddamn garbage forever. 2 weeks sucks, fucking ass son of bitches. Piss me off. I'm sitting here waiting for the fucking load. I'm sitting for fucking help, whatever. It'd load a lot quicker if I wasn't fucking recording right now.
Alright, it's getting there, guys. It's 350 blocks or so between the runways, so yeah, there's a lot of fucking blocks down there loading up right now. With shaders on. I'm kind of impressed. Could be a lot worse at full render distance. But anyways, this was the C5 hangar area. I took all those huge-ass fucking hangars out. There was, I think, eight of them. And they went way down there, almost to the end of this whole pocket, this whole valley that I've made for the airfield, and left me very limited room down here at the end to put in like main roads going across to get to the other side, and any other little buildings that I want to put over in this area. So I've been meaning to fix that for a long time, and I'm sure I have mentioned that several times in other videos. This is what I came up with, a C5 parking area. And again, if you do any kind of aerial shots of any Air Force bases, you will see the big parking areas. You'll see smaller parking areas too. They don't have just all hangar bays. Well, hangar bays are mostly for working in anyways. But a lot of them sit out on the tarmac, on the different parking areas. And this was a bitch. This took me hours, believe it or not, to try to figure out how much space I needed between the birds and the length and stuff like that. I think I've done pretty good with it. I think so. I hope so. You can see the threshold starting to load on the other side. Again, now because this end is even with that end, there's not a length difference. There was a length difference between the two runways. The southern runway was shorter at 3,600 meters, I believe, and the northern runway was about 4,100 meters. And again, I knocked off almost 800 on this side and 300 on the other side. I'm almost 1,000 blocks now different on the length of the runways, give or take. I didn't really, look at the numbers. I just kind of glanced at them when I was ripping them apart. But that runway went down a little bit further and stopped there, and then this one here stopped somewhere down in here, I believe. Again, I can't exactly remember. All right, over here, the B-52 area, we are just about finished. I had teetered and toyed around with bringing this turnaround out into the runway, and then I had to put in a double threshold, and that I didn't really like the idea of that. I didn't even know if that was even fucking legit. So I ended up, again, I went through a lot of different design stages with this end of the runway to try to fix things, and I think this is what makes the most sense to me. So anyways, we got a B-52 area right here. I'm probably going to put a parking area right here with some B-52. So these are going to move. And I think I'm probably going to put a couple different hangar bays here. Now these will stay in hangar bays just because they're so big and they look cool. I might set a couple out on some pads. But anyways, I definitely want to get some hangar bays built for these. And I did go ahead and I've got a radius that I've already got kind of worked off, obviously off camera, for the main hangar bay. And that's going to be probably the next build. That's probably what we're going to work on next. I think that's going to be a really awesome build. I keep looking at the pictures and I'm getting pretty stoked about it. So anyways, this is probably going to be the next set of things that we're going to do at the airfield. So look forward in that on episode, I think, 14. I get a little confused where we're at. All right, over here, the main admin building. Now, I haven't done nothing to the main admin goddamn building. Oh, Jesus. What I've done is I've put up a to-do list. And I'm going to go over the things that are like ongoing and things that I want to work on over the next couple years. Yeah, this is a project, guys. I mean, it's a huge, huge project. I don't expect to get this done in a couple weeks. This is probably one of my most favorite series I've had on the channel. I'm really enjoying this airfield. I've been looking at it for, actually I've been working on it for a couple of years now. Started in my old BIB world, and it was always my favorite project there too. And I'm glad that I've got it expanded over here, because now I can actually put things that I wanted to put here that I couldn't put on the other one. So yeah, this is just it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be huge, but it's gonna be awesome. So anyways, we got the airfield to-do list. All right, we talked about the main entrance, a credit union of some sort, PX or an exchange, a fuel farm. This is something that just popped in my head about a week or two ago. We need some fuel. We need some place to put fuel. So at one of the ends of the runway, we're going to build like a fuel farm with some tanker trucks and some things like that where they can fuel up and bring the fuel to the airplanes. So yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. The only thing with this is I got to figure out what to use for pipes. Cobblestone walls and fences are about all we have, and they just, I don't know. I still got to work out some things on that. Commissary, we got to put one of those in, which would probably either tied in with the exchange. For those that are non-military, don't know what the difference. Commissary is like your grocery store. PX exchange is like your department store. It's like your Walmart. So anyways, there's a really, really big one was it Tinker I looked at? It has a pretty big one, or is it out in San Diego? Shit, I can't remember. Anyways, I pulled up one and they're together, and it looked like a pretty awesome building, and maybe that's what we'll tackle. Again, that's a big build. Trying to get some of these smaller ones done first. We got base housing. That's going to be all over the different place. We got like apartment style housing, and then just regular houses, and that's going to be over there where I'm pointing. A medical building of some sort, medical facilities. Again, that's why I opened up the end of the runway to get a little bit more room down here. Not necessarily for a medical building, but maybe some helipads. Right now, I've got my helicopters out in the middle of the runway, and they don't go there. I don't like them out there. I want a dedicated heli area. Probably next to the medical building would be neat. Somewhere in there, I'm not really sure. Or, well, that one's going to need its own. Maybe that one needs to be separated. Probably. I don't know. Lots of thinking to do. B-52 hangars, again, that's what's going to be behind us in this area. And it's already kind of just getting started. So I've got that radius, and we will go over that in the next episode. Finish inner runway. This is stuff that I'm working on off camera. Obviously, I showed you a little bit today, some things that I'm working on, and that's what I'll do as these episodes continue. Things that I do off camera, I want to show you. I just don't want them popping up around the airfield, and you're like, where the fuck did that come from? And I can see it in the distance, but he's not showing it to us. So anyways, finished inner runway, airplane parking and turnarounds. That was part of it with the big C5 area. That popped in my head, and that's what I thought of doing for the big hangar base. I'm not done. There's going to be more probably in the middle, up further, for the smaller airplanes. Sport recreation area, because of course people on the base need some place to play. Big pool, tennis courts, basketball courts, shit like that. Security checkpoints. We talked about that in one of the episodes, putting one in right about in here somewhere to keep only airfield personnel onto the main maintenance roads that go onto the airfield, so you don't have weirdos driving straight in the airfield. So that's what the security checkpoints are. Equipment vehicles. I get a lot of questions on equipment vehicles. Things that pull the airplanes around, the little trucks. For life of me, cannot remember the name of them right now. The head cold is getting the total best of me. But anyways, the little trucks that pull the planes around. Again, the tankers for the fuel farm will have some of those. That kind of falls into the equipment vehicles. Fire trucks. And I've got work on some big fire trucks over here for the main fire station. One of these days I'll get to that. That kind of covers the equipment vehicles. various filler type buildings. Now this is going to be a very kind of a, it might be an off-camera type thing, a blanketed type. They'll look like this. They'll look like admin buildings. Some will be 2 stories, some will be 3 stories, probably no taller than that. I don't know what they'll be. They'll just probably be the various filler type buildings. The things that might fall into that too will be like barracks, and that kind of goes with your base housing. I've got to work all that out yet, guys. I'm not really sure how I want to do that, because I know I want some on-base housing, and I know there's off-base housing too. But your on-base housing, there's it's more barrack style, but for families and stuff too, there's houses. So there's a lot of different things that kind of fall into that category, and I got to figure out how I want to differentiate those around the airfield, or what I want to put on and what I don't. That's basically what I'm going on about that. All right, ongoing projects. These are things that I'm working on. Of course, the main roads, it's always going to be ongoing. The base fencing. You saw a piece of that way up there. That's going to take a lot of work, and that's going to be, as I get to the outsides of the airfield, I'll start throwing sections of that fencing in. And then switch main hangars to sandstone scheme. Done. Done. We did that. And it looked really, really awesome. So, anyways, that is where we're at. That is what we're working on. Yeah, I think this airfield is just super, super exciting. It's very, very motivating. I know it's an extremely large project, but I'm loving it. I'm really loving this series. Hopefully, I get a little bit better here before you guys get to this episode, and I can get some more recorded. And we can get onto these hangar bays, and I can hopefully start working on my commentary a little bit. When I'm building. When I'm not building, it's good. I think it's good. You guys seem to enjoy it, and I seem to flow a little bit easier. But when I start building, I lose train of thought and counting blocks and then all that good stuff. Still got a lot of questions to go through, guys. I know. I think we left off somewhere around episode 5 or 6 with the questions. We will pop back in on those. On episode 14, and like I said, if I run out of questions, I'll just read comments, one or the other. So that's it, guys. That's all for episode 14. Continuing on with the airfield, there should be again a schematic in the description of the tower, so you can take it, decorate it however you want. Send me pictures, send me schematics of it. If I like it, I'll use it. I'll dump it on the map, and awesome. I haven't got any admin buildings done yet. What the fuck are you guys doing? Did you not put an interior in it yet? You guys are supposed to do this shit for me. So anyways, hopefully you guys, somebody gets one of those finished up and send me a picture of it. I would really love to see it. And again, if it turns out great, I will dump it in on the inside. Like always, guys, I really, really appreciate you watching and clicking that likes up button, or that like up button. One or the other. Anyways, guys, really, really appreciate all the support around this series and everything else around my channel and all the comments. Like always, appreciate you watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.